Hi, today I want to tell you the story of the Little Prince and create the characters from this story using paper. This is Antoine, the author of the book and one of the characters in the story. Let's go ahead and make him out of paper. I suggest you do this too because it's not only fun but also very relaxing. The Little Prince is a story written by Antoine de Saint-Exupery that explores deep human concepts and the relationships between people. This story is narrated from Antoine's perspective. At the beginning of the story, Antoine recalls how, at the age of 6, he drew a picture of a boa constrictor that had swallowed an elephant and showed it to adults. He asked them to understand this picture, but adults only saw it as a hat. They told him that he should see real and logical things instead of these drawings. This experience makes Antoine feel disillusioned with the world of adults and decide not to draw anymore. He remembers how adults always told him that he should see the realities and stay away from the world of imagination. This disappointment leads him towards loneliness, and he feels that adults can never understand his childhood world. This experience made Antoine realize that adults often cannot see the beauty and depth of things. And when he grew up, despite his great love for painting, he became a pilot. This is the Little Prince. I'm making him just like Antoine, except I'm adding a yellow hair to him. The Little Prince has escaped from his planet, which is very small and consists of just 3 volcanoes and 1 rose. In his travels to various planets, he meets different characters, each symbolizing different human traits. One day, due to a technical failure in his airplane, Antoine crashes in Sahara Desert and survives. He sees that in the middle of the desert where there are no people for miles, his plane is broken, and he starts working to fix it, but cannot. Night falls. And he has to spend the night there. The next morning arrives. It seems there are all kinds of animals in the Sahara Desert. Oh my God! There is even a dinosaur. Look at these. You might think it's just a regular heart. No, don't be mistaken. This is a heart bookmark. All of these is taught on the channel. Suddenly, Antoine sees a little person approaching him with yellow hair and wearing blue clothes. Yes, that's the little prince from the story. The little prince talks to Antoine about his travels to different planets. This is the rose. When the little prince was on his planet, there was only one rose in the whole planet. He loved his flower very much. The little prince tells his flower how much he loves her and how important she is to him. The flower, which has a special beauty and delicacy, initially appears proud and vain, asking the little prince to take care of her and pay more attention to her. She feels that she needs to be noticed and expects the little prince to always be by her side. The flower says, "I am the only flower in the whole universe, and you must care for me. I need protection. What will happen to me if you leave me?" The little prince, with a heart full of love, tells the flower, "I will always be by your side. You are special to me, and I cannot leave you alone." However, the flower responds with a bit of sadness and fragility, "But you must understand that I also need attention. I cannot survive without love and care." The little prince leaves his planet and his rose for various reasons. He faces challenges in his relationship with his rose. Sometimes she does not express her feeling correctly, which confuses the little prince. He may feel that he needs some distance in this relationship to better understand what is best for him and his flower. The little prince feels that there are limitations on his planet and seeks more truth and knowledge. He wants to see other worlds and learn more about life, love, and friendship. In the end, he leaves his planet and his rose. In one of the planets that the little prince visits, he encounters a snake. This is our snake in the story. The snake is a mysterious and philosophical being who teaches the little prince about life and death. The snake explains to him that it has a special power. It can take those who approach it to another world. The little prince is astonished by the snake's power, yet at the same time, he feels worried. He asks the snake if it can help him return home. The snake tells him that it can help, but this requires a kind of sacrifice and deep understanding. The snake explains that to truly understand life, one must recognize and accept death. It reminds the little prince that life and death are two sides of the same coin. The snake also tells the little prince that he is not alone, and that in the larger world there exists love and friendship. The little prince thinks of his rose and feels a sense of loneliness and longing. The snake reassures him that true love is never forgotten, and that humans must learn how to keep love in their hearts. Ultimately, the snake teaches the little prince that everyone is responsible for their own feelings and should value their love and friendship. This encounter is very significant and impactful for the little prince, as he gains a deeper understanding of the concepts of life and death, and learns what his love for his rose truly means. During his travels, the little prince meets a fox who is searching for friends. The fox tells the little prince that he is lonely and wishes to connect with someone. The little prince asks the fox what makes a friendship. The fox replies that to become friends, one must tame each other. The fox explains that taming means creating a bond and dependence between two beings. He reminds the little prince that to tame one another, time must be spent together and they must grow closer. The little prince realizes that this process requires patience and love. The fox also teaches the little prince that every being is unique and has its own special qualities. He tells the little prince, when you tame someone, they become special to you, and you become special to them. The little prince thinks of his rose and understands that love and friendship require effort and care. The fox explains that true love creates deeper connections between individuals, and these bonds are more valuable than anything else. Ultimately, the little prince learns that taming means creating an emotional connection and taking responsibility for another. This lesson from the fox is very valuable for the little prince, as he learns that true love requires time, effort, and sacrifice. In another sentence from the book, the fox tells him, "You can only see well with your heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye." This statement highlights the importance of feelings and human connections in life. In the end, the little prince decides to return to his planet and take responsibility for his love for his rose. He realizes that true love entails sacrifice and attention. The story of the little prince ultimately reminds us that in today's complex world, we must pay attention to human values, love, and friendship, and enjoy the simple beauties of life. Antoine concludes by realizing that everyone should keep their inner child alive and look closely at their surrounding to see the beauty and depth of life. This story carries a profound message not only for children but also for adults, that in today's fast-paced world, we should not forget what truly matters. The little prince represents the human spirit that is always in search of love, friendship, and a deeper understanding of life.